In today's video, we are going to explore best Meister Eckhart quotes about life, humanity, and love. Let's get started. A quiet mind is one which nothing weighs on, nothing worries, which, free from ties and from all self-seeking, is wholly merged into the will of God and dead to its own. For a heart to be perfectly ready, it has to be perfectly empty. I declare truly that as long as anything is reflected in your mind which is not the eternal Word, or which looks away from the eternal Word, then, good as it may be, it is not the right thing. I may err, but I am not a heretic, for the first has to do with the mind and the second with the will. If anyone went on for 1,000 years asking of life, "Why are you living?" Life, if it could answer, would only say, "I live so that I may live." If you seek the kernel, you must break the shell. Learn to behave thus even in deepest distress, and keep yourself that way in any and every estate of life. Nothing is sharper than suffering, nothing is sweeter than to have suffered. Our bodily food is changed into us, but our spiritual food changes us into it. Some people prefer solitude. They say their peace of mind depends on this. The followers of Christ discovered that the heavier their suffering, the easier they could endure it. The price of inaction is far greater than the cost of making a mistake. There is no stopping place in this life, nor is there ever one for any person, no matter how far along the way one's gone. What we plant in the soil of contemplation, we shall reap in the harvest of action. Wisdom consists in doing the next thing you have to do, doing it with your whole heart, and finding delight in doing it. A just person is one who is conformed and transformed into justice. Be willing to be a beginner every single morning. Do exactly what you would do if you felt most secure. Go into your own ground and learn to know yourself there. I am what I wanted, and I want what I am. It is in the darkness that one finds the light. Nothing in all creation is so like God as stillness. Relation is the essence of everything that exists. The beast that bears you fastest to perfection is suffering. The outward work will never be puny if the inward work is great. There's a place in the soul where you've never been wounded. When you are thwarted, it is your own attitude that is out of order. Even now one rarely hears of people achieving great things unless they first stumble in some respect. If someone abandons himself, whatever else he might keep, whether riches or honors, or anything, he has abandoned all things. In silence man can most readily preserve his integrity. One must not always think so much about what one should do, but rather what one should be. People should not worry so much about what they do, but rather about what they are. The human spirit must transcend number and break through multiplicity. The outward man is the swinging door. The inner man is the still hinge. To know himself, a man must ever be on the watch over himself, holding his outer faculties. We find people who like the taste of God in one way and not in another, and they want to have God only in one way of contemplation, not in another. We rarely find people who achieve great things without first going astray. All true morality, inward and outward, is comprehended in love, for love is the foundation of all the commandments. Everything is full and pure at its source and precisely there, not outside. Love is as strong as death, as hard as hell. Death separates the soul from the body, but love separates all things from the soul. Love is the root of all joy and sorrow. Slavish fear of God is to be put away. The right fear is the fear of losing God. Love often begins with fear. Fear is the approach to love. Fear is like the awl which draws the shoemaker's thread through the leather. The eye through which I see God is the same eye through which God sees me. My eye and God's eye are one eye, one seeing, one knowing, one love. The love by which we love God is the very same love with which God has first loved us. What a man takes in by contemplation, that he pours out in love. With the love of God, people will be able to accept and endure whatever happens to them. You may call God love, you may call God goodness. But the best name for God is compassion. Please let us know your favorite quotes from these best Meister Eckhart quotes about life, humanity and love in the comments section. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.